Do you do? Cause I'm feeling so good.
Hey guys, it is trixkills here, and I hope you had a wonderful week, because I sure have. Snowy Escape just dropped recently, and honestly, I've never lost so much sleep in a game as I've lost so much sleep in Sims. It's a complete issue. We're solving it right now. So I've been kind of inspired with just creating like themed homes, and I've thought, hey, why not create a historian home? So yeah, this is a very small little home with a partial like upstairs, like it's not a full floor. It is also Asian inspired, so I did use a lot of the items from the Snowy Escape pack, which I absolutely love. I don't know if I said that yet, but I absolutely love it. I was watching a couple other YouTubers for a while using it, and I was just so excited. I was like, I gotta get my hands on this. I gotta put something into this. I gotta work on this, and I'm just so glad that I'm finally, in the groove. I'm hip now. I'm here. I'm also really loving the platforms that Sims has added. It makes dimensions in this game possible. But yeah, so I've been kind of practicing on building platforms and stuff. I've recently been building a big apartment with like bunk beds, if that makes any sense. Like bunk beds are technically possible, but it does take a lot of space, which is kind of unfortunate, but they do work. Or if you do have a small space and you want to use platforms, you can, to create a higher like area for sleeping, and then the bottom of it could be like just like the regular necessities for kitchens and washrooms or whatever. But yeah, recently I have been playtesting like crazy. I've been trying to write down a couple notes and stuff and ideas that I can put onto Sims to be a little bit different on my builds and bring something new to the platform. One thing that I could possibly say is about this pack in general is that the color scheme of this pack is amazing. And honestly, I'm back with the platforms, but it literally helps with leveling and creating a better personality within your builds. I think before this house, I did build like an apartment, and I was kind of like testing the platforms and a lot of the items within the build, and I basically used everything from the Snowy Escape. Like nothing was from other packs, seriously. But this time in this build, I wanted to kind of mix it up. I kind of wanted to see how different packs kind of work amongst each other. But yeah, so hopefully I did that pretty well. So now we're in the inside. I did want to put an area where you can take your shoes off. In Asian households, we generally do have an area to put your shoes off, or put your shoes in a certain area, so you don't kind of trip over things, and it doesn't appear to be messy. It's easier to be found, etc., etc. Also, it is kind of rude to wear your shoes inside the house. I know our aunties and our moms and our grandmas do a lot of work to clean the house and keep it tidy enough. There has been many times that there has been an area for shoes, and I've always been tripping on them. I will never miss a shoe that was never going to be untripped. That's how that goes. But yeah, if you're clumsy like me, it is very unfortunate. But what is fortunate is this kitchen that I absolutely love. I'm just loving the color scheme that I went with it. It was kind of like a nude and some browns and then some highlights for white, and it was just absolutely awesome. Loved it. I think the only downside to this pack is that there are no cupboards. So what I was trying to do was kind of use from different packs. I just find that the lighting was a little bit weird. I did end up switching it at the end to the Cool Kitchen Stuff pack, and I didn't mind it. It wasn't too bad. The colors were close enough. Or if you don't want to use any of the cupboards, there are some cool shelving that you could use from Island Living, or even like the Jungle pack, I think. Both packs do have like a very nice neutral color scheme to them, so you might get away with those. Also, I just want to point out that each cabinet that you were placing, all those shelves are usable, so you can like fill them with random knickknacks, dishes, and pots and pans. I don't know if I sold you on the pack yet, but I'm really hoping I did, because I really enjoyed building this, and I love every item from this pack. I feel like with the cabinets, it'll make cluttering on a whole other level. So I really did enjoy putting everything in the cabinets. I left no space to waste. But yeah, I tried to keep all of the furniture and furnishings on a very light and neutral tone. Usually when I do start in different buildings, I don't like to really experiment with too much color. Like I'll add color here and there, but it is going to be very like subtle. But when I do get comfortable with the new tones and the new items, I do try to go like all out. I try to combine all the other different packs with one another, because I don't know, they just fit well. Well, some fit well, some do not. Like there's been many times where I'd like put a couch down and I want a rug under it, and I make the brightest rug of all time, or the pillows are too bright or something. And I'm like, I'm gonna try to make this work, and then I come back to it and I'm like, this does not work. I have no idea what I'm doing here. But yeah, I was having trouble with the platforms because every time you would place one with an already built like area or room, it'll delete the walls that it's kind of nearby, so I had to keep adjusting. I think I've at least adjusted like 6 times in that one corner, but I had to cut a couple things out just so you wouldn't see the repetitiveness that I go through. But yeah, I really love the kotatsu idea. I noticed that in most Japanese or Asian inspired homes, they generally like to have their TV in front of that. So I tried to make sure that I relayed that, and then I also put a hot pot on the top just for like cold days. You want to have like a really warm soup, dinner, and you want your feet kind of like cozy and whatever, use that. If you feel kind of fancy and you have other guests over, use the other table in the front of the door by the kitchen. But yeah, I really love this heater. I made sure I put it there, just especially for like cold nights. You want to feel a lot more cozier, and it is about to be winter soon as well. I'm pretty sure that all of us are wanting to be a lot more cozier at home too. Also, throughout this build, I realized that I built the second part of the house a little bit too small, so I do adjust a little bit later in this video just to make some more room, because I completely forgot that, you know, in a regular house you're supposed to have a bathroom, and I don't know why that kind of like passed by me, where, you know what, nobody has any like, you know, bowel issues, or nobody need to use the number 1 or 2. They do, the Sims do, or else they'll be a little upset and you'll find a lot of puddles everywhere, and I don't think that's what we're going for. So yeah, moving on. I just put a little seating area across from the stairs. I didn't really know what to do with that spot. Usually my rule is, if you don't know what to do with it, put some chairs in it, and that's what I did. But yeah, the upstairs is supposed to be a bedroom. I figure that this is a historian, works upstairs, has her office upstairs or his office upstairs, and also has a newborn. I just thought it would be a little bit more intricate that way, and a little bit more different. As you can see, also I started to use platforms within this build because I kind of wanted to have the bed kind of raised. I think it would always be so nice. Like I said, when building a platform within an already made room, the walls kind of go wonky and they disappear. So I was struggling a little bit. I decided to move the platform on the other side, but then I accidentally moved the entire house on the other side there, which I do end up fixing. Also, if you do run into that problem where you cannot paint the floor, I literally put a platform on top of it because it literally said that there is no floor there. So I said, okay, well, we're gonna make another one. And then I was able to paint that one for her little area for like work and stuff, and like discovering and researching more about the past. I put a little bit of a nook where I put her work desk and a bookcase. I know it may be difficult to kind of see if this is a historian's home, but you can also make it a librarian's home. A lot of books and articles are now online, so I kind of use that to my advantage. But you are still able to use the bookcase downstairs or the little books on the side of the desk as well, if you want to read anything really random. But yeah, generally a historian's job is to research and study and kind of remember things from history or past years or eras, and find comparisons or other things that are kind of related into that topic. So I tried to make sure that it looked busy, and that she had a pretty big computer that could save a lot of articles and a lot of information, pictures on artifacts, etc., etc. That's kind of how I based that on, and I made sure that she had a little bit of a notebook so she can take some notes down, especially if she wants something to remember. I also had to keep in mind that she had a child on board, so I tried to make enough room for that little one. I did have to extend the house on the side there and then move things back just for the bathroom and just for a little bit more room for the child. Downstairs, you will see later on in this video, is that I do put a little bit of a reading area downstairs so that you can actually kind of just sit there, relax, if you don't want to sit on the kotatsu and watch TV. Also, I'd like to point out that since this is a Japanese inspired home, I made sure that the toilet was separated from the actual bath itself. It is a tradition that they generally like to kind of go by, so I try to respect that in this case. Also did realize that I went with a bath and shower just in case if you do age up the child that you move into here, you are able to obviously shower them. And then I had to put the toilet and the sink in a small little nook and cranny. I think that'll be fine. And I changed the walls a little bit just to make it a little bit more brighter, a little bit more inviting, and then put a little bit more knickknacks in the child's area just so it make it look a little bit more lived in, something to look forward to, especially when your child can finally crawl and run amok. Right, and now we're just gonna do a little bit of the little things just to kind of finish up on the build. Like I said, that I did put a seating area behind the kotatsu, just so you can actually just read a book, and if you don't want to sit there, you can sit behind it and just kind of relax under some stairs, I guess. It was just a nice little thing. I did end up making this lot have a way bigger front yard, just so I can add a gate and more space on the outside, just to kind of like complement the home. And I did want to just keep practicing on my exterior designing skills, just to kind of harness a couple other things. Yeah, but anyways, if you guys have any other ideas on what I could build using the platforms or even Snowy Escape pack, please let me know in the comments below, or even message me on Discord, Instagram. I will always check my emails. I always try to stay up to date, or I do my best to stay up to date. But if you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, because that will go a long way for me, and I can always create more content for you guys. Easy peasy. I do post content every 2 days, so please catch me then. Also, basically every speed build that is not an apartment is saved to my gallery, so if you find me on the gallery at trixkills, you will easily find me there. And I also stream on Twitch, but that girl's a little bit different. 3 p.m. PST, you'll see me there. Enjoy these snapshots, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
I do you do cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. I do you do cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. Oh, my darkest memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it.